Hey everyone, it's the most wonderful time of the year. Well, one of them anyway, because just around the corner, starting April 7th, running through the 13th, is one of Sephora's big sales. They only have a couple every year. This is their, I guess their spring sale where they have everything off. Your whole purchase is 15% off. Instead of wasting our time having me go through all the details, I'm gonna put the details in the description box about the dates and codes and things like that. But it runs April 7th through the 13th. I believe April 7th is in-store only, but it's best to just call your local Sephora store and confirm the details because I've been getting kind of mixed messages. I wanted to walk you through, because it's kind of overwhelming. Sephora on a good day is overwhelming. There's so much. So I wanted to walk you through some suggestions, some wish list items, my wish list items, and kind of help you navigate. So I want to talk about the two kinds of things I would recommend that you shop for the sale. The first thing are the basics, the things that you use all the time. You're gonna use them up, you know you're gonna use them, and you know you're gonna keep buying them. So you might as well buy them now, even if you don't necessarily need it, because you get that discount that you won't get later on. And then the second kind of things are your splurge items, the big ticket things, the stuff you've always wanted, hard to justify purchasing maybe at full price, but even that 15% off just makes everything seem a little bit more attractive. So let's start with the basic stuff. Most of the things I already have, and then we'll move on to the wish list. Some things I have, some things are going on my wish list. So first thing I want to talk about is mascara. There's great mascaras. There's loads of brands. The two for me that stand out, none of this should be a surprise if you're a regular viewer. Pretty much any of the Lancome mascaras are fabulous. This one is the Grandiose. Mine literally just died on me this morning. I'm gonna have to get a new one. And then again, another brand that I love as much, it'd be hard to pick one that I love more than the other, is the Clinique brand. And my favorite standout is the Clinique Chubby Lash, which is this one right here. And before I go too much farther into this, I do want to point out everything is listed below, everything is linked below. I also wrote a blog post with the full list on there if you just want to have that handy when you go to the store or you go shopping online. It's a nice little reference guide for you so you don't have to sit there and take notes like I've been doing watching everybody else's videos. So that's mascaras. And then foundation is another great thing. You know you're going to use up whatever foundation you have, or maybe you want to add a new one to your collection. My two go-tos that I get from Sephora all the time are the Lingerie Depot, and I do have this in two shades, a summer shade and a winter shade. And then I am still a huge fan of the Makeup Forever, now called Ultra HD, the new reformulated formula. I very much love this. And again, I have this in a couple of colors to help with the skin tone changing as the seasons progress. So now is the time to grab some foundations. Skincare is another thing. You know you're gonna use that up, and especially for the pricier things like my all-time favorite at the moment anyway, the Sunday Riley Good Genes. Of all the Sunday Riley products, this one, well, I've only tried two, but the two that I've tried, this one for me is I can't live without it. I use this every day, and I think we can all agree my skin has really never looked better since I've started using this. Another thing that falls in the skincare category and is very timely for this time of year is sunless tanners, and these are my two favorites. This one, especially the Tarte Brazilians, is probably the most forgiving, and forgive me because my landscaper is literally walking by my door right now with a leaf blower. But the Brazilians has the most pleasant scent I have ever experienced in a sunless tanner. I've never had any streaks with it. It's not the deepest, darkest color. I'll be perfectly honest. If you want that very dark color, you're gonna have to do a few applications. But if you're someone who just wants to dip your toe into that sunless tanner pool and are a little bit afraid of what's gonna happen, this is a good one to go for. And then if you really just want that nice dark color, I prefer the Saint Tropez line. I really like the mousse option. I find that to be less streaky than the lotion, and I really do like the self-tan dark formula. And again, I can find this mostly from neck down, definitely the legs. And you can apply this a couple of times across a week span and get really nice and dark. Another thing that I use every day, we all use, I think, every day, is eyeliner. And my all-time favorite eyeliner, this has replaced every other eyeliner I reach for, are the Lancome Drama Liquid Pencils. Now that name is misleading. There's nothing liquid about these. These are a very soft gel-like consistency, but they are pencils. You just draw a line. I barely touched my skin there, and you get this beautiful line. It's very soft, so it doesn't tug on like more mature or sensitive skin. But what's fabulous about it, other than the amazing color range, watch this silver one go. Whoop. I mean, see that gleam? So cool. Is that once it sets, it sets. It's not gonna smear, it's not gonna run. So moving into the hotter weather, hopefully for all of us, these are essential for summer and not being sweaty. And then the last thing I wanna talk about are brushes and brush cleansers. These are basics that you have in your kit, so to speak, your at-home beauty collection, and we could always use more brushes. And some standouts are the Sephora collection brushes themselves. This is a great one for contouring. This is technically a blush brush, but it's number 54, and you can see that it's very flat. So really nice and hooks in there. And then I love this crease brush. I don't know what the name of it is anymore, but it's just your basic Sephora crease brush. I'll list it in the description box below, but it's fluffy and not too big, and I love it. And then as far as cleansers go, for the most part, I use rubbing alcohol to clean my brushes. I need to do a video on that, I know. But when I really want a good deep clean, there's two brands, either the Sephora brand, which is the generic, or the Beauty Blender brand of the solid cleanser. Both of those are great. I personally prefer actually the name brand in this case, which rarely happens. I feel like the Sephora brand leaves a little residue for me on my brushes that I don't love, but those are things to stock up on because we need to clean our brushes, all of us, more often than we actually do. A couple more basic things that you just know you need are fragrances. I'm not gonna go into a long laundry list of fragrances, but you know, now's a good time maybe to switch to a less heavy scent, more light, kind of summery scent. One that comes to mind is the Estee Lauder Bronze Goddess, comes out every year, so they carry that. But if you need ideas for fragrances, I will put a card and link below to my fragrance collection video that I did for Sephora back over the holidays. Take another look at that one. And then the last thing that I should have mentioned first is concealer. So of all the high-end concealers, my all-time favorite, the one I reach for over everything else, is the Estee Lauder Double Wear, and the Stay in Place. It's the one in the tube like this. It has a doe foot applicator, like so. And what I like is that it comes in a lot of different shades. And as I play with self-tanner, my skin goes through a variety of shades. So it's good. I have 2 different shades here, 1 and 2. But it's good to stock up and get a couple different colors so that you are prepared no matter what color your skin is. Now let's talk about your big ticket items. I'm gonna list it all. I'm gonna kind of just race through it here. Palettes. Those are kind of a bigger ticket item. Every single Too Faced palette I recommend of all of them. The Bonbons, the original. I've got the semi-sweet. The Peaches one I believe will be available at Sephora this week, so that would be a good time to stock up on that. Blushes, my favorites at Sephora are the Tarte blushes, in particular Tipsy and Flush for spring, summer. You know how much I love my Clinique cheek pops, great colors, pink pop. This one's peach pop here, I believe. Is this peach pop? Yep. Love those. Hourglass blushes. I think they're beautiful. This is the one I'm wearing today. These are definitely a splurge, but they might last you the rest of your natural life. All of these blushes, I doubt you would hit pan on any of them. Highlighters. I have fallen completely in love first with the the Champagne Pop one. It's still available, but I've added some smaller ones to my collection and I want to go buy some of the bigger ones. I have Moonlight here, and I just picked up Opal. These are deluxe sample sizes. I want the big boys now. Love the Becca highlighters. Of course, if you're looking for a more subtle glow, especially as we move into summer, the Kevyn Aucoin Celestial powders are fabulous. Now let's talk about the big time splurge items. These are the wish list items that I personally don't have. I made a list that I'm looking at. Very exciting, Sephora now carries Tom Ford Cosmetics. So if there's something there that you've always wanted, oh my gosh, they have Tom Ford. There's a Burberry, I'm debating whether or not I should buy a Burberry foundation. I've always wanted to try the Pale Barley at 15% off. That might be just enough of a discount for me to finally add that to my cart. I've talked about foundations, 2 that I kind of definitely want. I want the Makeup Forever stick version. I do really want to try the Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk Foundation. I've just heard so many great things about it. I think it's time to step up and buy it. Erin Rose Lip Conditioner, I do have, but it's in my bathroom. That's a bit of a splurge for lip balm, but it's such a lovely lip balm, and it'd be really nice for summer with that rose scent. On my wish list, because I love highlighters, is the Anastasia Beverly Hills Glow Kit. I know I need that like a hole in my head, but I'm just a collector and I need to have that highlighter, those highlighters in my life. And also they just started carrying the Anastasia Beverly Hills single eyeshadows, and I think they might only be available online. So I do want to dip my toe in there and try a few of those out and see how they compare to some of my other favorite shadows. Couple more things I really want for me. I want to buy more Guerlain. I want to try the Lingerie Depot BB cream because you know how much I love the foundation. So I want to try the BB cream for summer. And the Meteorites. I have the e.l.f. version, which was like $6. I think I want to go a little crazy and get the Guerlain in the pretty container. I just don't know which color I want yet. So I know I just threw a ton of stuff at you. There's going to be more in the blog. It's a lot to think about, but it's really fun. It's exciting. It's spring. It's a new season. It's fun to start that by getting some new makeup. So those are my recommendations. I will place my order as soon as it's physically possible and plan on seeing a haul within the week of what I actually picked up. And I do want to stress that yes, you can go in store and get anything you want in store. The advantage of shopping online for me is that they carry everything online and they don't sell out of it as quickly as they do in the store. Every time I shop at Sephora, I walk away frustrated because there's something they don't have. So my recommendation to you is fill up your cart now and just don't hit, just save the stuff in your cart. And then once the sale kicks in, then hit go, and you are good to go. So I can't wait to hear what you are planning on shopping for at the Sephora sale. Let me know in the comments and let me know if there's something you think I need to pick up, and we can talk about it here on the YouTube channel. As always, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye-bye.
So those are kind of my clubs that I hit off the tee when I'm trying to hit the ball really long. And then the next club is my final wood. This is a great sock cover, a head cover on here. It's from St. Andrews, the old course.